Steve, I know you came in a little late. Any other else that you wanted to touch on? We opened the show up talking about Bayern's eighth. Um, Basically, want to silence the critics that say that it's a boring league. Bayern always win. Um,
It was. I mean, I don't want to give that crowd any more attention than they have already gotten themselves. Um, but I would say if you only saw Bayern, if you only saw 8 titles for Bayern, um, and you're like, oh well, they're the most dominant league and they're the most dominant team in that league. They win it every year, whatever. But you don't follow them throughout the year, you'll know that this was anything but a an easy road for them. Um, I think too. They went through a manager change halfway through the year, so you bring in Flick, who pushes buttons that Kovac couldn't. Um, I think that helps out a lot with and our site is like, oh well, we see the ins and outs of Bayern each week. We know when they struggle, we know when they don't struggle. But if anybody says this is boring because Bayern wins it every year, they're not paying attention. I mean, every team has had their run. Um, Dortmund's had a couple runs, has had a couple runs. Schalke's had a couple runs. Gladbach had a couple runs. You know, yeah, Bayern does win a lot, but Bayern would probably win majority of other league titles as well in any other league, just
and
because
really,
just because it's Dortmund or because it's Bayern. Like Bayern may not have 8 if they went to like say La Liga or Premier League, just because there's things that would happen from refs that may come into factor,
whoa,
uh,
whoa, whoa.
but um, I mean, you put Bayern in any of those leagues, they're still winning league titles. It doesn't. It may not be 8 straight, but they're winning a lot of those titles.
Well said. Well said.
I mean,
Um,
they're one of the top teams in the world for a reason.
yeah, and I mean the thing that I talk about too is I mean almost like 10 years now. If you look at just league titles, performances in Champions League, it's Bayern, Real Madrid, and Barcelona. I mean that's really it for me.
Yeah,
Nobody for him. I mean you can give Chelsea their little run. I think earlier in the decade. You
Juventus.
know,
They've won quite a few league titles, made
they
and had some good runs in Champions League.
they have. It's just tough for me. And I know it feels a little hypocritical, but I'm like, I don't
Right,
know.
but I mean, multiple final
Yeah,
appearances.
no. I'm with you. I'm with you. You just got to get one of those. You got to get one of those.
Well,
that's
why I'm
that's
not
a
including PSG.
I know I'm hypocritical there. I know I'm hypocritical there because Bayern has the one, and I'm like, gosh, you guys should have had it. And I feel like we're about to get another. But I mean, Real Madrid, Barcelona, top two, like between those clubs, it doesn't matter.
yeah
Throw them in the Premier League. That run rampant.
yeah.
Not right now, but at the pinnacles, right? So I had another thought on that one, but I'm gonna let it go. I don't even remember. I haven't had dinner yet. Getting late out here, but yeah, exciting week. There's still a lot to play for. Hopefully, we haven't lost a lot of fans, folks. I know the Premier League got started. I know La Liga got started, and you're all excited. But there's still a lot of exciting Bundesliga action. As you saw, you got a kind of a foretaste of Timo Werner before he goes to Chelsea. So if you didn't know much about him and you watched some Bundesliga and now you're on the bandwagon, yeah, we have players like that here. I have a lot of players like that, and we've been knew that, right? We've been watching that, and we've have our opinions of him. I'll leave it at that. Any other news, boys, before we wrap things up? Because we could touch on Champions League. We'll be back. Was that the first week of August? They're going to be finishing those other ones. They still haven't decided if they're going to play at the sites that they're supposed to be at. So, like, this one would be in Munich. It's not confirmed yet. They might just end up playing them all in Libsyn, or they might finish these at the original grounds, and then the remainder of the tournament will be one-off games in Libsyn. More to come on that. Europa, as Steven tipped us off to early last week. He told you guys. So if you weren't listening, you missed it. The remainder of the Europa games will be played in Germany. Title in Cologne?
I believe that's what it said.
Can you confirm that? Yeah, that's really cool. I think it's playing Schalke, a number of different places.
Are you not talking to me?
And yeah, let me just confirm that. It is Cologne, right?
It's Cologne, Gelsenkirchen, and Dresden.
Oh, Dresden?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. It's been a great night, boys. Thanks for tuning in. Go Dortmund. Auf Wiedersehen.